An opening statement by the head coach, followed by questions for the student athletes, and we'll finish up with questions for the coach. So with that, we're joined by Nebraska Cornhuskers head coach Connie Yori, student athletes Tiara Laudermill, and Emily Cady. Coach, an opening statement, please.
Sure. Typical 8-9 game. It's a back and forth game, and nobody could really pull away. The second half, obviously, they made some plays there to give themselves a little bit of a cushion, but we hung in but very typical of an 8-9 game. And this, I think, that's what I think the committee does a good job of putting teams together, and that's what you would expect out of this matchup. Compliment Syracuse for how hard they play. I think they are just very, very competitive, and they play with a lot of effort. And very complimentary of the way they go about their business. For us, it's for our four seniors, it's an end of an era of four seniors that have meant an awful lot to our program and really have left Nebraska basketball, women's basketball, better than when they arrived. And winning 96 games in over a 4-year span says a lot about our seniors, but. I think it's hitting me a little bit, but I'm not sure it's hit me, completely yet that these guys are not going to be playing for us down the road. But I can't. I love this group of seniors, and I'm going to miss them immensely.
Thank you, Coach. Questions for the student athletes? All right.
Emily, I've got to ask. You'd probably want that situation 10 times out of 10 times with you on the line and the chance to tie it up. Was it just a little off coming off your hand on that foul shot?
I mean, when it went off my hand, I thought it was going in, and it didn't. So, I mean, it's disappointing, but, I mean, I tried to go back and play defense.
Back right.
Tara, what were the things in the last 2 or 3 minutes that allowed you guys to get back in the game and have a chance to?
I pretty much think our transition, and just finding the open man, finding who was open, and I think that helped a lot.
For the players, Coach talked about the end of an era. How proud are you guys of, the legacy you feel that's been built here, and how confident are you that it will continue beyond?
I mean, I think we're all really proud. We worked really hard to get to where we are. Practices were difficult at times, and we pushed through. And I think for the younger ones, I think they're going to keep working hard because at Nebraska we have great work ethic, and I think it's going to keep going.
Any more questions? Back right.
Was Syracuse's ability to drive to the basket something you'd emphasize going into this game?
Yeah, definitely. They have great guard play. They're a really balanced team, and so the fact that Peterson would drive to the lane, like, we couldn't stop her, and that's how she got most of her points. And we just needed to fix it, and if we would have done a better job at that, like squeezing off of players that we could have, then I think we would have done a little better.
On camera to the right.
Emily, what's it been like to play for your home state team these past 4 years?
It's been great. I love representing this state, and it's been fun because of the group of girls that I've been able to work with the past 4 years. Has just made it so much fun, and I'm just truly blessed.
Any more questions for the student athletes?
Tia, what do you think about the future of this program?
I mean, great future. Early in the season, we lost a big part, Rachel, but then again, she has another year, so I think she's going to carry that team. I'm really happy for what the future holds for Nebraska, and I just wish them the luck. Coach, also wish you best of luck, and I loved playing with Nebraska.
Any more questions? Thank you, ladies. Questions for Coach Yori? Left side here.
Connie, you touched on it in the beginning, but these seniors, again, have really put this program on the map. You know, what do you think their legacy is going to be now that they're gone?
Well, they've won more games than any senior class in men's or women's basketball history at Nebraska. So not just on the women's side, but on the men's side as well. So, you know, no men's or women's team had ever gone to 4 consecutive NCAA tournaments, and these guys helped to make that happen. I mean, they played with some really good players, you know, prior to this year as well, with, you know, Jordan Hooper and Lindsey Moore were key components for us the last few years. But I think this core, I just think, you know, their perseverance has been the thing that has set them apart. And, you know, in young people today, you know, we see so many transfers and we see so many kids leave programs for various reasons, and these 4 came in together and they're leaving together. And that in itself is something that you don't see that often nowadays in athletics and in team sport.
On the right side.
Connie, it seemed like, especially in that last maybe 7 or 8 minutes, you guys were like fighting to kind of close a 4-point lead, 5-point lead. You close it to 1, you tie it up, but you could never really get over that hump.
Right.
Do you think the effort of trying to get back all the time maybe took away some of the?
Well, we're not very deep, and I think that's always factors in at the end of games. But you know, I thought their offensive rebounding hurt us throughout the game, hurt us in some key situations down the stretch, and you know, they're really, I mean, they got what they averaged from an offensive rebound standpoint. They average about 17 or 18, and that's what they got. I thought, you know, that was a real key, particularly down the stretch and in the second half. But you know, Emily's 3 at the top of the key. You know, you look like you're in pretty good shape that you have a chance, and we did have a chance. And you know, I'd put Emily Cady on the line in that situation anytime. She's hit a lot of clutch free throws over her career in that situation, and so you know, we had our chances. I mean, we definitely gave ourselves some chances, and but you know, you got to give Syracuse credit for. You know, I just think they're really competitive, and I think they're a team that is really tough-minded, a lot like our team from that standpoint.
Question in the center.
You talked about the missed free throw and then a couple turnovers right there at the end. Were you kind of surprised by the miscues? Was it the moment, or just, you know, just things not adding up?
Well, we're running something late, and you know, Brandy is one of our ball handlers is out, and you know, we're trying to run something that we run a lot, and in a late game situation, and we mishandled the ball. You know, we got a freshman in there that's not necessarily used to be in that situation, and so that was a key right in front of our bench there, that turnover. I thought, you know, again, you know, but we had our chances, and you know, would like to have gotten a shot on that possession, that's for sure.
Any more questions for Coach Yori? Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.